Now hear me out here. We got the Bujin link yesterday morning, and this is actually just the best Gadget support I think I've ever actually seen, and it's named Bujin, which is kind of hilarious. But gotta give a shout out here to the generic card design and the Xyz support for this, because this is pretty cool. But sorry, Bujin players, let's dig on into the best discussion for gadgets I've ever had, shall we? Alright, so Bujin Awashima, the best not Bujin support I think I've ever actually seen. So first up, it is two monsters that have the same level to make it. So it is essentially your Xyz summoning it, which is kind of cool in the grand scheme of design. I like that. You can only use each of its effects once per turn, and it's got the hard cannot be used as Xyz material. Well, you know, sometimes it be like that. So when this card is link summoned, you can special summon two monsters from or with the same level, one from your hand and one from your graveyard, but their effects are negated. And if you do it immediately after this effect resolves, shove them together and make an Xyz summon. Well, that's pretty good, right? So that's that. And then if an Xyz monster this card points to detaches an Xyz material, you get to go ahead and destroy a spell or trap card on the field. It has to be your opponent controls. So my first original thing when I saw this was I was like, I read through the card and I was like, there's no mention of the word Bujin on this card besides its own effect. And I'm sorry, Bujin players. The Konami overlords have abandoned you. We thought that we were going to get a Link 1 for Bujins. I was like, you know what? We're gonna do something extremely good for this deck. No, it just actually looks like we've abandoned the entire archetype. We scrapped it over into the scrapyard over here and can't do anything with it. So the dream of, unless we revamp the whole archetype like we did with 6 Samurai, unfortunately I don't see anything coming out of this. Now, that being said though, my friend already talked to me about there's a potential triple Susanoo loop that you're able to do with this, which that's a little bit interesting. Alright, like being able to do additional extender plays actually in core Bujins is a little bit more acceptable. Now, me as a competitive player and analyzer, and a filthy scrub that enjoys his Gadget deck so much, my first response to this was, we go gold or silver Gadget effect, summon yellow Gadget, adding green Gadget to our hand. Xyz summon, or excuse me, Link summon, it's basically an Xyz summon, for our boy Awashima here. And then you go into Utopia double, and then you do Utopia double things, detach, pop a back row, add that double or nothing. You can punch your opponent for 10,000. If you're attacking over something, you can use Awashima to push for an additional 1,500. So the way I'm looking at this is Utopia double has become better, actually, for more OTKs in decks that can support it. Now, when I look at this, clearly the Gadget engine, okay, you guys just have to bear with me here. I get that this isn't competitively viable. I think it's cheesy, the Gadgets. I mean, when we get this, I might try to take Gadgets to an event just to see how many times we could resolve this. Just to, you know, go gold and green Gadget and attempt to end the game on Utopia double, in which my opponent doesn't have actual cards. I think we could go 5-4 with a Gadget deck at this point. It's not like 6-3 worthy, but I mean, we could do it. So I see this card as an extender only in Gadgets. Alright, like, so I look at Trap Tricks and I look at Magical Muskets at this format, and I'm like, okay, cool. So I need to be able to stick two monsters on the field relatively easily. Okay, we can do that with muskets. We can also search for a musket from our deck relatively easily. So we could technically make Awashima and Utopia double for the OTK for the extra 1500. That's the only thing this card is really doing, is it's allowing for an additional 1500 damage on top of large plays. Now, Trap Trick's the other deck that looks to take advantage of Utopia double shenanigans at the moment. You're not going to always be able to extend in with another monster from the hand. Literally, what other deck is going to just hard open up 3 monsters? Being able to stick 2 on the field, being able to go into this and do other plays, especially being able to revive 1 from the graveyard, 1 from the hand. Now, a competitive scene here, 2 monsters of the same level, you can do things. I've also heard that there's like 1 card rank 10s with this, which, I mean, sure. Alright, like, the competitive viability on this, though, you're just getting the ability to climb up the Xyz ladder. It kind of stinks that it gives your opponent a zone. Not a real big fan of that. It's one of the things, when I saw this, it was like, the arrow points down right. I'm like, why? And then it gives your opponent a zone. And, like, you also can only do the Xyz play when it itself is link summoned. So your value in that isn't even that great. Granted, for what this card is doing, like, this card's booty for what it is, but I'm happy that Gadget's got another round of support. And no, guys, in my comment section, obviously, if I'm missing anything here in terms of like broken good support and interactions for this, please feel free to comment and enlighten me. But the idea, trust me, we're gonna have a Gadget deck post this, because it is too easy just to go Gadget extend into this. I think this is better than Platinum almost. Because, like, yeah, Platinum allows you to get the additional special from the hand, but, like, you're not able to use Platinum. And one thing that we've kind of needed with this deck was more ways to extend. Now, being able to make Gear Gigant under this in Gadgets, get the search for another extender isn't bad. You'd also go search for Kage to Kage with King of the Feral Imps for another extender. Also being able to making a Abyss Dweller on your opponent's turn and then detaching and popping a back row also isn't terrible. Actually, that's not bad at all. The fact that, like, you get the ability to pop a back row. I wish we could pop an actual monster with this. Like, my life would be so much better. At this point in time, I'm just like, okay, so my matchup with this is we go Gadget, stick, go Utopia double. So we're trying to play going second Gadgets. Which automatically sounds terrible, because we already have to play the dead draw of the Utopia or the double or nothing main deck. And I'm just like, I don't really, you're going to have to play bad cards like Raigeki. I guess Gadgets can play Cyber Dragon inherently to contact off of the opponent's, actually that's not bad. Looking at this card with Cyber Dragon, like, you special Cyber, go gold into Gadget, puts another 2100 body on the field with 15 off the Utopia double, and then you just use it to break off the opponent's board. Actually, that's not bad. Kind of like that. Okay, so this idea of Gadgets is getting a little bit more competitively viable. Not sure, my question is, when are we going to get this Bujin monster? Because, like, we've already got the next couple of sets planned out. I don't foresee Beast Warrior support anytime in the future, and this card could be deemed so powerful that we just never get it. Looking at you, Needle Fiber, it's been so long since I've heard your name that, like, we could potentially get somewhere. Outside of that, Cyber Dragon for the breaking of the board and the extender into this doesn't seem bad, and I guess we could play things like Raigeki to try to break. Raigeki seems so bad, though. Problem is we can't take away our normal summon with this deck. I don't know. That's a topic for another day. Outside of that, pure Bujins, my friend's like, hey, you can go triple Susanoo on a turn. And then he was like, yeah, deck's really bad because your opponent just makes Dingrisu Incense and you can't protect it with hair or, you know, Tortoise, any of the other fun stuff that your deck's got built into it, you can't do anything with, because Dingrisu doesn't target. Yay, the format. Well, what do you guys think about the Bujin mounts? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think. We'll guys catch you on the flip side. Peace out. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a truffle shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out VanCole40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.